Hello, my friend. Today, we're exposing the shadow matriarchy, the hidden power structure which operates beneath the surface of what appears to be a male-dominated society. This isn't conspiracy theory. It's observable reality that explains why so many men feel powerless despite supposedly having all the advantages. Let's start with a fundamental truth. Power isn't just about who holds the official titles or makes the most money. Real power is about who controls resources, influences decisions, and shapes social narratives. By these measures, women wield extraordinary influence in modern society while maintaining the narrative of oppression. Welcome to the Port Car Method, where I help men develop the authentic masculine presence which women respect and desire. We created this series to explain all of the features, benefits, and advantages of acquiring genuine masculine dominance. Consider the paradox. We're told constantly that we live in a patriarchy where men hold all the power. Yet look at the actual outcomes. Men account for 80% of suicides, 97% of combat deaths, 93% of workspace fatalities, and 76% of homicides. That's men being killed. Men receive 63% longer prison sentences than women for the exact same crimes. If this is male privilege, it's the worst designed system of advantage imaginable. What we actually have is a publicly visible power structure where men appear to dominate, and a shadow structure where female influence shapes everything from education to law to social norms. This isn't about blaming women. It's about understanding the complete picture so you can navigate it effectively. So let's examine the 5 pillars of the shadow matriarchy. And yes, I came up with that myself. First, educational programming. Our education system has been systematically redesigned to favor female learning and behavioral patterns. Boys are punished for natural male energy and diagnosed with disorders at alarming rates for normal, masculine little boy behavior. A boy who can't sit still for hours is labeled defective rather than recognized as naturally kinetic. Meanwhile, teaching methods have shifted from competitive to collaborative, from facts-based to feelings-based, from objective testing to subjective assessment. The result? Women now earn 60% of all bachelor's degrees, 60% of master's degrees, and 52% of all doctoral degrees. This isn't because women suddenly became smarter. It's because the system was redesigned to favor their natural strengths while pathologizing masculine traits. Second pillar, resource control. Despite earning less income overall, and I'm going to say that again, despite earning, they aren't paid less, they earn less, women control approximately 80% of consumer spending decisions. Think about that. Men earn the majority of the money, but women decide how most of it gets spent. That creates a fundamental power imbalance rarely acknowledged in discussions about gender and economics. A 2018 study from Boston Consulting Group found that women influence purchasing decisions for 94% of home furnishings, 92% of vacations, 91% of homes, 60% of automobiles, and even 51% of consumer electronics. This isn't just about buying lipsticks and shoes. This is control over the major economic decisions which shape our society. Third, relationship governance. Family courts overwhelmingly favor women in custody battles, asset division, and support payments. A man can work his entire life building a business or career only to lose half or more in a divorce he didn't want and probably didn't cause. Meanwhile, he'll likely lose access to his children except on the schedule his ex-wife and the family court finds convenient. The statistics are staggering. Women initiate 70% of all divorces, and that jumps to nearly 90% if the girl is college educated. Men lose custody of their children in approximately 84% of cases. And these aren't random outcomes. They are the result of a system designed to transfer resources from men to women while maintaining the narrative that women are the victims. Fourth pillar, social narrative control. Media, entertainment, education, and social discourse are increasingly dominated by female-centric perspectives. Men are routinely portrayed as bumbling idiots, potential predators, or emotionally stunted brutes in need of female guidance. Any attempt to discuss male issues is immediately labeled as misogyny or fragility. Try this experiment. Watch commercials for an hour and count how many portray men as incompetent, clueless, or in need of female supervision. Then count how many portray women this way. The disparity is striking and not accidental. Fifth, the victimhood advantage. By maintaining a narrative of oppression, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, the shadow matriarchy ensures that any criticism is immediately dismissed as sexism. This creates a perfect shield against accountability. When women succeed, it's because of their merit. When they fail, it's because of discrimination. This heads I win, tails you lose approach makes rational discussion nearly impossible. Now, I want to be clear about something. This isn't about hating women or claiming some grand conspiracy. Most women are not consciously participating in this system. They're simply responding to incentives and opportunities created by social changes over the past several decades. And many women are as frustrated by these dynamics as men are. The problem is not women. It's a system that pretends to promote equality while actually creating new forms of imbalance. It's a system which tells men they're privileged while systematically disadvantaging them. It's a system that claims to value transparency while operating through covert influence. And when I say covert influence, consider your AI, ChatGPT. All of the large language learning models were taught on the current corporate HR speak, which is produced primarily and abundantly by women. Women with a specific political and social bent. I opened a new AI and discussed this very video. Showed the transcript, and the AI initially said, well, how dare you say that a woman's advantage automatically becomes a man's disadvantage? 20 minutes later, after I had asked it serious questions like, if you were going to design a matriarchy, would you not build a world where men perform all of the dirty, dangerous, hard labor, and women primarily work in air-conditioned offices behind keyboards? Would that not be the structure? I asked it how it would design a matriarchy if not the world we live in right now. It scratched its digital head and said, I guess you're right. So what do we do about this? Understand that awareness itself is power. Once you recognize these dynamics, you can't be manipulated by them nearly so easily. The system relies on your ignorance and compliance. So focus on developing your own masculine strength and resilience regardless of the social messaging. External circumstances matter, but your internal frame matters far more. Choose your relationships carefully. A woman who understands and values authentic masculinity is worth hundreds who simply tolerate it. Most importantly, recognize that true power comes from inside you. No matter how skewed the system becomes, a man with genuine masculine presence and frame will always find his way through it. Your dreams of authentic masculine leadership are not outdated or toxic, my friend. The shadow matriarchy wants you to believe these aspirations are shameful. I am offering you a rule book they don't want you to have. The strategies they hope you never discover. The fears they've planted in you about being too masculine or problematic are manipulation tactics designed to keep you compliant. Your suspicions that something isn't right about modern gender dynamics are completely justified. The data confirms what your instincts have been telling you all along. You're not crazy for questioning the narrative. Together, you and I, we will dismantle the weapons they use against authentic masculinity. We'll expose the shaming language, the double standards, and the social engineering designed to keep you confused and compliant. Would it be ridiculous if you paused the video right now to like this, subscribe to my channel, and maybe leave me a comment? Sharing your own experiences with the shadow matriarchy. The algorithm rewards engagement, and your participation helps more men discover the truth. The choice, as always, is yours. You can continue operating in a system you don't understand, or you can develop the awareness which kills that negative influence effectively. If you're ready to master these principles and develop unshakable masculine frame, check out our mentoring program. 4 one-hour bespoke sessions per month, designed to not only transform how women respond to you, but to correct and realign how you interact with the world. Visit portcarmerchants.com. That's K-A-R merchants.com. Book your free 15-minute consultation to see if you qualify for our one-on-one mentoring program. Take advantage of our downloadable guides, which delve deeply into the psychology necessary to build unshakable masculine frame and actionable steps you can implement today. Learn the Portcar method, my friend. Never be lied to or cheated on again.